yesterday about this Hitec plane. You'll remember that I discovered right before I was flying it that the motor itself didn't have the proper attitude. It actually, instead of being down a little bit like I've got it now, pointed down about 5 degrees, it was actually up a few degrees. So it acted like it was tail heavy, and I had to put a weight on it, etc., etc. But anyhow, so I've corrected that, and I also beefed up the tail. I'm having a little trouble with the rudder coming loose, the control horn, and I've got that beefed up, and so I'm going to give it another flight. Yesterday was it's about as cool today as it was yesterday, although it was complete cloud cover yesterday. At least the sun's out today. It feels like it's warmer, although I don't know that it is. But anyhow, going to give this a shot, and I'll put it on YouTube. Again, this plane was given to me by Tom Koehler last Saturday. It had been hanging in his, I guess in his garage for quite some time, and I don't know when or how he came to acquire it. It could have been hanging around somewhere else, but I do know it was it was fitted out with 72 megahertz, and I've taken that out. It had a canned brushed motor. I've taken that out and I've replaced it with a Carnegie 750 kV motor. Of course, it's 2.4 gigahertz now, and also changed I've got a Futaba compatible receiver and a different ESC naturally, and actually it's ready to go now, and so I'm going to give it a shot and see if it flies a lot better than it did yesterday. I think it will, and it's not quite as windy as it was yesterday, so that'll help a little bit. Okay, here we go. Well, that was fun. Actually, what I had was, I had a little down elevator trimmed in, and I thought that it might still be wanting to go up, but it didn't. So now I've trimmed in some up elevator. This should be a little different. I've got it at about half throttle. I think that's where it probably likes it best. Maybe a little less than half throttle. It's still plenty windy. It'll definitely be a little more fun on a calm day. But it's flying quite nicely. I'm actually down to about a quarter throttle now, and it's handling much better. I don't think it likes I don't think it likes to go real fast. I wish I had a little more rudder authority, because it doesn't. I've got it on the high rates, but it doesn't turn quite as sharp as I wish. I would like for it to. But it's doing okay, and it'll do great on a day without a non-windy day. It'll be so much better. Oh boy, I caught a downdraft, not a downdraft, but I got into the wind. And I don't know if that was on camera or not, but it came within a foot of the ground. But it was enough elevator, it came back up, so I'm glad I got plenty of elevator. There's enough wind up there, it almost hangs from time to time. But it's a fun little glider. Thank you, Tom, for giving it to me. And I had a motor, ESC, and a receiver hanging on my pegboard, so the only thing this plane cost me was about 4 or 5 hours worth of work. Okay, I guess I'm going to be bringing it in, land it. We've got some company that just came. My wife called and told me just before I started this flight, and I said, well, I've got to get at least one flight in, so I've done that. And so I'm going to bring it around, hopefully get it down softly. I don't know how, looks like I'm going to have to do some walking to get it, but that's all right. Better to be soft and okay, on down. Okay, it ended up on the close to the Hitec runway. Okay, that's it. That's I guess that's the maiden was yesterday, and this was a follow-up for it. And the changes I made to the attitude of the motor certainly fixed that problem of porpoising. You know, going up and then dropping back down again. So I'm happy with it, and now I'm just going to wait for a day with no wind, because it should be a real dream to fly. So I'm going to shut this off, and again I'll wish you a Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. Yes, John Vinson. I belong to the Bartholomew County Radio Control Flyers Club. Matter of fact, I'm the president. We're located in Columbus, Indiana, and we've got about 55, 57 members right at the present time. So got a good club. Our field, I don't know if you can see, I'll pan the camera around a little bit so you can see what we've got here. But over here to where my plane came down, we've got a right at a 200-foot Hitec runway. It's about 40 feet wide. That's for all the planes that where the wheels are too small to get through the grass of our grass runway. And speaking of that, our grass runway is about 120. It's about 100, around 100 feet wide, and it's about 550 feet long. Used to be about 200 feet longer and about 25 feet wider, but we we cut the size of it down just to cut the mowing time down. And we also used to mow the area you see in front of the camera now, but we're letting that grow. That also cut the mowing time down. It was just taking way too long. So actually the only thing we cut now is around the geotech and what you see right here and all the way up, and we've got some paths. We got paths cut in the long grass out in the field. Whenever a plane goes down, the guys don't have to walk in the long grass anymore. We've got about six paths going straight out, and then we've got a couple of cross paths going from end to end for about 500 feet. And then over to our right, and I hope the sun doesn't totally ruin this, but I'll try to maybe shade the camera a little bit. But right over there, right behind that flagpole, that's our control line circle. And we just put that in this fall. That's going to we've got about 3 guys in the club that are interested in control line. So that'll be fun, and it'll be fun watching them fly too. And also out here, as you can see, we've got that's our shed over there. We keep our tractors and lawnmowers and stuff, and grill. That's where we do our cooking and for the hot dogs and hamburgers, etc. And we're actually located on the very top of a closed landfill, the Petersville landfill. Club's been in existence for about 10 years. Field's been here for about 10 years. This year, the field has not looked any better. It has been green, I guess just because of the periodic rains. It's been green all year long and just beautiful. I'm very proud of our field and our club and all the members that are in it. So again, this is John Vincent, and I'll be signing off now. And I'd like to wish you, if I didn't before, a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. I hope it's a healthy and safe and prosperous one for you. Goodbye for now.